What's going on? Move the mouse here back in City Skylines, the town of Woodgarden, and continuing with our campus build. This is going to be a really quick video for your Wednesday, but I've reached level 2 of the campus upgrade, so I wanted to kind of cover that, drop a couple buildings in, talk about future plans, but it is not going to be a very long episode, so hopefully you don't mind, but I wanted to give you a quick update for Wednesday, and then we'll continue on with the Friday build. But with that out of the way, let's jump in and get started. The first year's academic report came in, and we were actually able to complete 3 academic works, 1,600 students, and campus attractiveness of 225, which raised us from unrecognized, the default level, to recognized. And now we have a couple extra buildings we can drop in: cafeteria, fountain, gymnasium, and outdoor study. Research grant funded academic work of chirptology, physiological study of New Age movement of chirptology by Jack Winter. And then 2 other academic works were created. Theory of fixing the traffic. I'd love to get a look at that detailed study. And then Punami, oh god. I'm not even gonna. There were 2 toga parties. Unfortunately, we missed those. So try and catch one of those on one of the upcoming episodes. But we've now got the ability to drop in a couple extra buildings as our campus levels up. I was super impatient and was worried for a little bit because I was hovering at 1 or 2 students for quite a while, and then it just absolutely exploded. So people are taking the metro. You can actually see a fair amount of foot traffic coming through here. Let's jump in and just drop in some of those buildings that we've unlocked. So that was on the standard university. Outdoor study hall. We don't have an outdoor study hall yet. You know, if you're a regular on the channel, you know I love my Fix-It-Later projects. And the current build that I'm doing on PC, Portsmouth, is definitely my favorite PC build. Woodgarden is, I think, my favorite console build. So we'll drop in a couple things here. We've got the, all this stuff was dropped in. Groundskeeping, study hall. Now we have an outdoor study hall, which we've crammed in next to the dorms. We've got a gymnasium, and I think we want to use some of this space over here. So we'll throw that right next to the metro, because that kind of fits with some of our bigger buildings over here. And generally, the look of the buildings fit within the theme. So if you're using all the same campus area buildings, they kind of blend well together. Cafeteria, we probably want that to be a little bit closer to the dorms, maybe. Somewhere over here. Like that, maybe? University fountain. That would be nice if we had kind of planned to put this in right about there, huh? But it's just a little too small. But maybe we could do... We're going to drop it here for now. What we'll do is kind of... well, apparently we'll have to flatten out some more. But maybe we could kind of build that around... some of the dorm buildings. But really, that's it for what we unlock at level 2. Something to keep in mind is every time you have a successful year, you probably want to do another research grant. Because we'll go ahead and give that. We'll keep the budget all the way up. My budget is fluctuating so much. Sometimes it goes into the red. Sometimes it is 30, 60, over 100,000. And that happens because we've got a ton of specialized industry in the background. So depending on how supply and manufacturing fluctuates, it's going to dramatically change the amount of money that we're making in the city. But we want to keep those academic works going because we need one more successful academic work to get to our next level. We've got more than enough students. We don't quite have the campus attractiveness just yet. So we can drop in some additional buildings to help provide that leveling. What we could do, though, because we're coming up on our capacity, is let's drop a couple quick dorms in here. Let's see. I'm going to extend this footpath for now. And we're going to drop them in down here. A little closer to the highway. We'll get them up as close as we can to the other buildings. And that should give us, I think, another 600 student capacity. Looks a little awkward with that incline, but it's not the end of the world. Those footpaths, though, and those parking spaces are a little bit problematic. So, like I said, we will flatten this out. This is just to get us leveling, and once we get kind of up into the higher levels of recognition, we should be able to see, like, just adding the dorms. That got us over our attractiveness level. So basically, it's just a waiting game. We have to get to the next year. We'll then unlock even more of those buildings. And then as we get to the final upgrades, we'll be able to unlock the School of Science, School of Medicine, and some of these other buildings as we continue to rank up. But basically, that's what we needed for year 2, if you will. That should have us on a pretty good course to successfully upgrade this campus again at the end of year 2. I met a little bit of the demand offline, adding another neighborhood over here, stamping down a little bit of extra commercial here or there, and I actually, at one point, had a lot of commercial going on over here, and I rebuilt this neighborhood right here for more commercial support. But our levels are just constantly growing, so one thing I've got to keep an eye on is my unemployment, which is down. If we could zone more commercial and industrial, we'd be that much better off. I built some extra farms over here. I turned on Industry 4.0, which is a policy that comes with campus. Just to show you that one real quick, I covered it on the live stream, but if you didn't watch that, Industry 4.0 makes all industrial space, wherever that policy is set, in my case I did it for the entire city, it sets it so that it is for well and highly educated citizens, basically the top 2 tiers of education, which everybody in my city was educated. It increases production output by 50%, which is awesome, but it also reduces workplaces by 30%. So the fact that unemployment's still going down, even though there's less industrial workspaces, is a good thing in an industrial heavy town, which this definitely is. So we'll keep chugging along and upgrading buildings, and once we have them all unlocked and crammed in there, then I'll flatten some things out and start moving stuff around. But it's tough to kind of understand what space you're going to need until you actually see all the buildings laid out there. So we'll cram them all in as organically as we can, but it won't be the smoothest thing at first. We'll keep chugging along and upgrading, and then once we kind of see the space that we need for a full university campus, then we can start moving things around. But this was just a quick one for today, so hopefully you enjoyed a little short video for your Wednesday. Tune in on Friday when we'll hopefully get to the next level of the university. We'll keep upgrading and going, and then maybe next week we can drop into to one of the new towns. So tune back in on Friday. If you enjoyed this video, likes, comments, and shares all help the channel a lot and are greatly appreciated. If you're new here, subscribe. Consider hitting the bell to get notifications for updates in this and other series. Follow me on Twitter and join the Discord if you want to get involved in the discussion. But until the next one, this is Move the Mouse, signing off.